We're closing in on fight week as Liam Smith prepares to take on Chris Eubank Jr. at the AO Arena in Manchester, January the 21st. The event also sees a packed undercard. Richard Riakporhe, Joseph Parker, both featuring on that. Spencer Simon, we're going to talk what chance you give Liam Smith in a moment. Chris Eubank Jr. was on breakfast this morning. Sounded confident getting into this.
50% is what I would need to beat Liam. Whether I come in at that or not is, you might have to wait and see. But I know my ability, and I think that I'm going to handle this man with great ease.
Well, you heard Eubank Jr. there. Maybe typically, maybe we should come to expect this now. 50%, it's all I need to be, and I'll beat him. Liam Smith joins us live. Liam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. What is your reaction when you hear that?
I can't give you my honest reaction. It's because it's just, I haven't got the way to describe it, but I take it with a pinch of salt. I take a lot of what Chris says with a pinch of salt, really. He's not stupid. He's a clever man.
Yeah, Liam, listen, we all know Chris's game, and it is the mind game, isn't it? That's what he does. He knows that he's going into potentially the toughest fight of his life here. It's just, you're both at that stage of your careers. It's a real crossroads fight for both of you. The winner goes on and gets a shot at the world title, and the loser has to rebuild, which is difficult for both of you guys at this stage of your career. So Eubank's just playing the mind games there, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. It's something fully expected with him. It's something we all expect with him. Name me a Chris Eubank Jr. fight where it hasn't gone this way. He hasn't played that role, and he likes to call himself the villain. He's never had a fight where it's been respectful and they both give each other respect, and they both said we know we're in a tough fight here, and it's what I fully expected with him, and it's no surprise he's been a clown from start to finish.
Liam, let me come from the position of being a big admirer of you, your brothers, and all their achievements. Yeah. But I want to put a slightly loaded question to you. You're not going to be fazed by the background noise of Chris Eubank telling you about being at 60% or 50% because you've been in with big fighters and you know what it looks like. You've won genuine world titles, not IBO rubbish. Right?
Yes.
But the last fight you were in, it troubled me a little bit because you were, to me, not the Liam Smith I'd seen before. And I thought you were getting hit at times when I didn't expect you to get hit. And I was surprised by that. Talk to me about that fight. And I also think that maybe Eubank saw that fight and thinks, I might be getting a different Liam Smith than potentially on paper think Liam Smith is. So I'll take that fight. Yeah,
I totally understand what you're saying, Simon, and it's fully relevant. But it was just more the opponent. I'd sparred with Hassan beforehand. What Hassan done in that fight, I knew he was going to do. I told Ben Shalom before the fight was made. He'd done it in sparring with me. And look, all being said, he'd done it in sparring after taking a bit of a beating. In that fight, he'd done it without even coming under a bit of pressure. It was just a fight I didn't want from start to finish. You could probably see by the performance. I haven't gone a bad fighter overnight. I only fought Jesse Vargas in April in Madison Square Garden. And it was like night and day to the last performance. But the same reason... if Chris thinks that, good for him. Anthony Fowler thought that after Russia and didn't look into the Russia fight. I should have won out in Russia. Didn't get the decision. Anthony Fowler's team thought I was finished. And by the looks of that fight, I've finished Anthony Fowler. He hasn't come back since. So if Chris thinks he wants to look at the Hassan fight and thinks I'm finished, but a lot of people are looking into my age and maybe my hair colour a little bit too much.
Do you know what?
I get a lot of that, Liam.
It was a strange performance, wasn't it, really, from Hassan? Because like you say, you both had history. He'd been in your gym before and you'd sparred a few times, but he'd come out very explosive. And I think that took maybe not just you by surprise, but all of us as well. And you thought, hold on a minute, this kid's really, really going for it. But then out of nowhere, he just quit, didn't he? Like it looked like he was having some really good rounds, and Simon was right in what he said. You're looking at it and going, "Whoa, what's going on here?" Like didn't expect the fight to go this way, and then all of a sudden he just come out of nowhere and quit.
It was, yeah. There was nothing in the first two rounds. The first two rounds were the easiest two rounds I've ever had in my pro career. I only threw jabs and I never took nothing in the first two rounds. Then round three, he landed a couple of uppercuts and then landed his best shots, and then round four jumped on the floor. It was like, wow.
Yeah, it was weird.
I couldn't make any points to myself. I expect him to do that, but I expect him to do that like round 6, 7 when he's taking a little bit of stick and he's tiring and I'm getting better. And I thought he'd just quit, but he quit when he weren't even tired. He quit. I don't know whether he lands the best punch and thought it hasn't budged.
So Liam,
I don't know. But
you will of course have a plan in your mind about how you see this going against Eubank Jr. Do you want to share it with us?
Yeah, obviously, I'm not, I'm not going to climb around because I'm too honest, and I'm not Chris Eubank. I know I'm in a tough fight here. I know Chris Eubank's a tough fight, and he's a big middleweight, and that is why this fight is a 50-50 fight, or that is why people may favour Chris. People do not think Chris Eubank Jr. is a better fighter than me. If this fight was at 154, I'm a big favourite in this fight. I think the fight's a close fight because I'm going to 160, and again, people looking into it, I'm 34, but Chris is 33 also.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those fights, isn't it, Liam? Like, a question I want to ask you, I suppose, is like, a loss for either one of you two would be very damaging at this stage of your careers, because it's all about motivation, getting yourself back up there. Have you got the time to try and climb back up again? Yeah, obviously, exactly. The winner possibly gets a shot at Triple G, and that is a perfect opportunity. A guy that's like, one of the modern greats, and is, we saw in his last performance against Murata, he did, he won the fight, but he looked like he was slowing down a lot, and it was maybe timing. It's boxing's all about timing, and I think the timing to box Triple G now for the WBA World Middleweight title would be perfect. So a win here is really, really important. But what would a loss do at this stage of your career? Do you think that would be it?
Yeah, it would be a long road back. A loss at 34 years of age. What I want to be in for, I want to be in the boxing for a fight like this or a challenge for a world title, and a loss puts you miles away from either. So, like I say, I'm not going to ruin my career, what I've had for 14, 15 years by staying on too long and losing to people I shouldn't lose to. So, a loss.
Do you think you can, Liam? I mean, you want to run a stoppages. You think you can stop him?
Look, I know for a fact I've hurt him. I know I've hurt Chris sparring. So I know I can hurt him, especially with 10-ounce gloves on, especially at 160. Again, a lot isn't getting made in Chris's performances when he hits 160. A lot being made of. He made this weight last time round. He didn't make the 157 limit for Conor. He put that picture up, but he was 159.3. He's trying to keep the public in that. He doesn't do the weight as well as he says he does the weight. So a lot of questions will be answered in this fight at 160.
Liam, I really like your frankness, your honesty, your openness every single time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good luck, mate.
Good luck,
Liam.
Good luck when it comes.
Thanks for having me.